Breaking news. Democrat Representative Stacey Plaskett is now being censured by the House of Representatives for texting with Jeffrey Epstein. Also, the Epstein files has been approved in the House and the Senate and now heads to the president's desk. And a district court judge just blocked Texas from implementing their new congressional maps for 2026. Let's start with what happened on Capitol Hill just an hour ago. Take a look.
On this vote, the yeas are 427, the nays are 1. 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
So it's official. The Epstein Files Transparency Act has been passed by the House of Representatives. The final vote was 427 to 1. So that's a stunning outcome there. And really, that's not even the story, guys. I just want to make sure you guys knew what the current status was. The real story is Representative Stacey Plaskett. She is being censured by the House. And we're talking about Republicans because we know she was texting with Epstein. And so this is huge. Take a listen.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, my House Resolution 888 censoring and condemning Delegate Stacey Plaskett and removing her from the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence for conduct that reflects the discredibility on the House of Representatives for colluding with convicted felon and offender Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing. Whereas Stacey Plaskett, the delegate representing the United States Virgin Islands in the House of Representatives, inappropriately coordinated in real time with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in a congressional hearing in February of 2019, and directs the Committee on Ethics to conduct a full investigation into the extent of Plaskett's ties to Epstein and any further improprieties. Section 2, removed from House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. The following named member be and is hereby removed from the following committee on the House of Representatives. Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, Ms. Plaskett.
All right, number one, they are going to take this to a vote. Democrats attempted to squash this censure resolution. It's not going to happen. There will be a vote on it shortly here. As I'm recording this video, it's happening in real time. Secondly, you have Thomas Massie in front of a camera claiming that going after Stacey Plaskett is a distraction. I know. Hear it for yourself.
Congressman, will Republicans... Hi, Congressman. Will Republicans move to censure Rep. Plaskett after finding out she was texting with a convicted child sex offender?
I don't know. That's sort of, to me, that's just a distraction at this point.
And in that moment, that's where Thomas Massie loses a bit of credibility. Because one thing is for sure, if you're going to be authentic, you got to be consistent. You can't sit there and say that going after Stacey Plaskett, someone who was literally texting with a known sex offender convicted by the federal government, might I add, during a live congressional hearing, and not just, hey, how you doing, but actually taking cues from him and doing what he was telling her to do. That is a problem, okay? All right, now let's see what her reaction is, because I don't think you're going to be shocked, okay? Listen to it for yourself.
You don't want to talk about what is really happening here. Your attacks on working families, your protection of powerful predators and corporate criminals. You want to talk about texting felons. How often do you text President Donald J. Trump? That's the individual we should be concerned about.
Gentleman will state his point of order.
The point of order is you may not call the President of the United States a felon. That is a violation.
Point of order is under consideration, and we're not going to lose order here either, so please.
May I continue? May I continue, Mr.
Members
Speaker?
are, however, reminded to refrain, as mentioned a little while ago, from making personality commentary towards the president. The point of order is not timely, so the gentlelady is recognized.
I mean, clearly there's so much going on in our country, and that's why I have to deliver this urgent reminder. The Medicare enrollment period is ending soon. This means you have until December 7th to pick a plan for 2026. It's no secret that Medicare enrollment process is confusing, and I think it's on purpose because brokers are looking to make more money, which means you could potentially be on the wrong plan. Question, wouldn't it make sense to speak to a trusted advisor today? That's why I recommend you call Chapter. They're the only advisors that will compare every nationwide plan to make sure that you choose the right one. And they are results driven. They save people $1,100 a year. If you look in the comments section, you'll see that people are already thanking me for directing them to Chapter. They will help you. And the best part is their service is completely free and it only takes 20 minutes. And by the way, if you're already on a Medicare plan, they can look at it and make sure that it's good. And if it's not, they'll help you switch. So don't gamble with your Medicare coverage today. Call Chapter at 323-431-5200. Understand it's peak season, so you're going to want to call them first thing in the morning. That number again is 323-431-5200. Speak to a trusted advisor today. So what we just witnessed there was a classical deflection. I didn't do anything wrong. It's not my fault. Why don't you guys focus on the president? Trump, Trumpity, Trump. You know, again, we talked about it earlier, guys. This is a embarrassment of our leaders, our representatives, the people we've sent to Congress. This is a utter embarrassment. The fact that Democrats are going to sit there and try to take the moral high road in regards to Stacey Plaskett. Are you kidding me? If that was a Republican who was caught doing that during a congressional hearing, there would be Armageddon rioting in the streets, literally. Okay. And so all I'm looking for from a common sense standpoint, can we just be consistent here, folks? Now, she wasn't the only one to deliver a delusional reaction to this. Listen to Hakeem Jeffries, because he believes the only reason why she's being censured is because it has everything to do with her gender and, yes, the color of her skin. Take a look.
Now, it's extraordinary to me, week after week, censure after censure, and I wonder, is it just coincidence that the last 3 censures we've had on the House floor happen to involve, first, you tried to censure LaMonica MacGyver. And then, Mr. Speaker, Republicans tried to censure Ilhan Omar. And now we're on the floor and you're trying to censure Stacey Plaskett. What is it exactly that those 3 individuals have in common? House Republicans are going to have to answer for the things, the extreme things that you continue to do. And let me be very clear about Stacey Plaskett. She's a woman of great intelligence and a woman of great integrity. And she deserves better than what she's receiving from House Republican extremists. She deserves the opportunity to be heard. She deserves due process. She deserves the ability to make her case. Not to be prosecuted by petty foggers, playing lawyer on the floor of the House of Representatives. Google that if you don't know what it means.
Well, I have one better for Hakeem Jeffries. Instead of Googling what he was just saying, why don't we look at the email that confirms that Hakeem Jeffries was seeking donations for his campaign from Jeffrey Epstein himself and was trying to schedule meetings to actually meet with him. And by the way, guys, this is after he had the original investigation out of Florida. So it's no secret what was around this guy and what people knew about him at this time. Here is the actual email itself. You guys can see it again, you guys can go on X and read all of this if you want. Dated April 29th, 2013. Hakeem Jeffries positions himself for a long career in Washington. And they're over here trying to get donations from Epstein. So all this really proves, once again, guys, is that as more information comes out, we're going to find how literally everyone is connected to Jeffrey Epstein. How many Democrats took money from him? How many Republicans took money from him? How many Democrats was doing his bidding in Congress in an effort to take the president down at that time in Trump's first administration? That's all going to come out. And again, it's going to be a major distraction, as we talked about earlier, from what really matters. Now, here's James Comer announcing this update. Take a look.
Colleagues' coordination with Epstein. Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we found in the last document batch. The files underscore why former President Trump must appear for his deposition We've subpoenaed him. To date, the Democrats have done nothing to help us secure his appearance. I support full transparency. The Oversight Committee will continue to work to get the truth to the American people and to get justice for the victims. That's our goal of this investigation. With that, I yield back.
And that's exactly what it should have always been about since day one. Instead of making this an entire political drama series on TV and weaponizing this entire, Epstein situation for political gain. All right. Now, the Senate unanimously voted to release these files. Let's hear that.
Is there an objection? Without objection, so ordered.
The Senate has now passed the Epstein bill as soon as it comes over.
All right, let's head to our next story. A federal judge just blocked the state of Texas from using their new congressional maps for the 2026 midterms. I know. Take a listen.
Fox News alert in Texas, where a federal court has blocked the state's brand new congressional map set to go into effect for the 2026 midterms. The ruling means that Texas needs to stick with the congressional maps that were passed in 2021. Judge Jeffrey Brown, a Trump appointee, says of the new maps, quote, "It was much more than just politics. Substantial evidence shows that Texas racially gerrymandered the 2025 map."
I think it's fair to say that we're not surprised by this ruling. Okay, we knew this was coming. Just like everything that has happened under this administration, step one for all Democrats across the board is to go to the courts and get a temporary restraining order. And what usually happens in the end, ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Court overrules them. So don't feel demoralized if you live in Texas, okay, because this fight is long from over, all right? Now, here is CNN pretty much making the same point. Take a look.
It's actually a three-court panel, and two of the judges said that this was an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. But I mean, let's go back. I mean, this whole thing started, this redistricting fight started in Texas, where after Donald Trump really urged Republicans to draw 5 more Republican-friendly districts for the party. The goal is to hold on to the House, where Republicans now have a very narrow majority. You're seeing the districts that they made friendlier for Republicans. And so this three-court panel has said, no, you can't use this map. Go back to the old map. Now, we are probably going to see this legal fight continue. It's going to go to the Supreme Court. Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of Texas, has already said that he intends to appeal. And let me read to you what he said in his statement today. He said, Democratic states across the country, from California to Illinois to New York, have systematically reduced representation of Republican voters in their congressional delegations. But when Republicans respond in kind, Democrats rely on false accusations of racism to secure a partisan advantage. I will be appealing this decision to the Supreme Court of the United States. So this battle is going to continue.
So clearly they're going to appeal it to the Supreme Court. They probably will get it overturned. But I'm just interested, as a thought exercise, if Republicans sued California, which they already have, where's the ruling on that? And it's interesting to see what the ruling will be. Will there be a ruling in California that says, no, this is actually legal, what they're doing, it's not race-based? So we'll see what happens in the end. So let's go to our next update. This is just peak delusion at the highest level, severe case of Trump derangement syndrome, and in my opinion, an extreme version of propaganda directed at our service members, okay? What you're about to watch now are Democrat members of Congress reminding members of the military that they can defy unlawful orders. Take a listen.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy. Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now. Americans trust their military,
but that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
The Army,
Or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you. We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
So please, in the comment section, tell me your immediate reaction to that video. What do you think they were suggesting? What do you think they're planting in the minds of military service members? Why are they obsessed with sending this message to the military? Now, if the deep state is real, I think that's a great example of it. Meaning actors within the federal government seeking to handicap, usurp, overthrow our own president of the United States. We're all supposed to be on the same team, right? It's interesting how they're continuing to operate. I told you guys, this whole tribalism stuff is going to continue to escalate. It's a sad state of affairs. And as someone who served 13 years in the military, I don't want to see a message like that. I didn't sign up to be in the military to hear political messages. That's exactly what that was. Here's Anna Pauluna reacting on Fox News. Take a look.
Alyssa Slotkin, Jason Crow, Mark Kelly, many others, really encouraging the military to refuse orders.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't ask me to be in the video. I'm a vet. I obviously don't think the military should, get behind illegal orders. But the fact is that this military isn't being ordered to do anything illegal. So obviously partisan in nature. I would argue, why didn't they do a video calling out at the same time General Milley for when he hopped on a call with China to tell him, this, that, and the other pertaining to President Trump's agenda? The fact is that this whole objective of the Democrats in both the House and the Senate is to obstruct, to draw attention away from their failures. And I look forward to what President Trump has planned specifically on healthcare.
So let's get this straight. Military personnel can defy lawful orders. They can refuse them, just like they did during COVID. And what happened? They got kicked out of the military. You see, again, we have members of Congress using veterans as political pawns to score political points or for political gain. Instead of making these videos about the military, why aren't they making videos about affordability? You think after Zohran Mamdani became the mayor of New York City and Katie Wilson, who lives at home with her parents, has not even $1 to her name, got elected the mayor of Seattle, you think Democrats would be speaking their language at this point. But they're so stubborn. They have to object to everything that the president is doing. It's a habit for them. It's a lifestyle. I don't think they know anything else. I mean, this is just a sad state of affairs, as I continue to repeat. All right. So bottom line to all these stories is that the Epstein Transparency Act has been passed in both chambers in Congress. It heads to the president's desk. So we'll see what he has to say and how long it's going to take him to sign it. Number two, what the heck is going on with these lower court judges continuing to issue these temporary restraining orders every time the Republicans or the president is seeking to do something? And finally, what is your reaction to members of Congress trying to issue propaganda towards our service members by, I guess, reminding them that they can defy lawful orders? It's so interesting what's happening right now. Just give me all your thoughts and everything you got in the comment section below. Now, we go to our next video, which is more about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She came out swinging today against the president. In fact, she called the president a traitor and that he is putting foreign nations before the United States of America. So if you guys missed out on that update and more, all you have to do is click on that video because it's coming up right now.